through these topics. Okay, we're going to speed through them quick, fast. All right. First topic, man. You see. Now, if you don't see the other topics behind me, it's fine because I'm going to take myself away like this so you can see it for a quick moment, right? All right, there you go. You see the topics, there you go. Because that shit's about to go away. Bow! You got the topics, all right? I don't want to hear nothing else. I'm going in. Now, y'all, Game Informer, man, it's sad. I know. Everybody want to cry, be sad. But I ain't be honest, it's the future, man. Let's move on. Now, Game Informer ends after 33 years. So the long-standing video game magazine company has been shut down by its parent company, GameStizzy. Y'all know that's GameStop. The publication, which started in August 1991, released its final issue, July of 2024, marking its 367th edition. And the closure was abrupt, with the website being replaced with a static farewell page, making past articles inaccessible. People who paid for this digital crap don't even got it. This is what they're sick of. And this move has left many current and former staff members expressing their damn dismay in Twitter. Or on Twitter, I should say. Now, Dr. Specimen, I don't know if you're familiar at all with
Oh, I'm unfortunately familiar. Had a Power Up Rewards membership back in the day, back in the old year, I think somewhere around 2015. I was getting Game Informer in the mail every month. I didn't fucking read a single one of those things. I kind of feel bad about it now.
Damn, you beat me to it. I was going to say the Twitter and the whole game. Hey, you got me. Okay, so you are inline Power Up member, all that. I have been a Power Up member for a while, and I stopped years ago because I felt like I was receiving no benefit. I was using GameStop like a bank account because they still got my $5. If I need $5, I'm gonna just roll to GameStop down the street and tell them, hey, I need my $5. Can I get my $5
well,
back? Like
and my thing with Game Informer is that Game Informer is only good if you are constant. No, okay, this might not be fair, but I saw it back then as unless you have the ability to buy maybe not all of the latest titles, but buy like whatever the biggest video game of the month is, it's going to seem a little bit out of reach to you. You're going to read stuff about the latest game, you're going to be like, well, damn, I don't care about that. I'm not getting it, or I can't get it, or whatever. And you're just kind of sitting there feeling envious. And that's kind of how I felt back in the day. It was like, I'm not buying all these games. I'm not, I'm fucking an embryo in the womb still. I ain't playing these M-rated games. I don't even know why my parents let me read about them.
No, preach. Now, I don't know how everyone else feels about GameStop. Now, Dr. Specimen, I might be preceding your time right here, but I've had a double already, so I'm kicking it off early. Do you remember FuncoLand? I proceed. I knew I'm old, man. Damn, I'm old.
No, I know. Are you Funko? Was that its own thing, or is that at GameStop? Because I know GameStop was doing that big shit with Funko Pops, and what is that? Bro, are you good?
No. FuncoLand was. Think of GameStop. FuncoLand was really GameStop. I'm not gonna cap like it was much different, but the real difference of FuncoLand was it was more ahead of its time. It was at a time where digital wasn't, as prevalent as it is now. So if you needed to rent a game system or test a game system or do certain things, you would go to your local FuncoLand, right? And FuncoLand had a different feel. So when you go to GameStop, you kind of feel like you're entering a game store. FuncoLand felt more than a game store. It felt like the couch co-op place, so there were systems there where you can literally say, imagine Dr. Specimen, brand new game comes out. You walk in there and you're making a decision for your child. Do I want to buy him this game? You say, excuse me, sir. Can you put this game into the system, please, so I can see how it looks? They will grab that brand new game, brand new, and put it into a system and cut it on and let you play it. This is the real game. Not no demo, not no, none of that. They put it in there and you get to try it before you buy.
Oh my God, that's sick as hell. I thought it had something to do with Funko Pops for a second.
No, that was FuncoLand, man. That was FuncoLand the way it was. It was actually, the whole used games market before it became what it is now, right? But At that time, every single system that was hot. So let's say Nintendo was the first, round, but then it came Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. You got TurboGrafx 16. You got all these different handhelds, and the point was a lot of people had no place to try these games. The only place was Toys R Us. Toys R Us would have a lot of these games on display, but Toys R Us would not put in the game for you. I think, unless somebody else knows something I don't know. If you ask the Toys R Us boys, "Excuse me, can you put a game?" They're like, "I'm sorry, we can't do." They don't do that. But a games, excuse me, I don't say FuncoLand was one of the first places where you can go up there, brand new games, and say, "Excuse me, can you put this game in?" Because it was a time where parents weren't too familiar with games, so you want to see if it was a game for your child that was like, was it immature, right? Was it way out of his league? Should he be playing
it's with
this?
a
Was
C.
it, yeah. So it was bomb. Didn't cost you anything extra. After they tried it, they put it back in the box. So they always had one game to be able to test. They didn't even care. They just
Okay, so I just looked it up. Damn. All right, so 1988 to 2000. So this was dead years before I was even born.
Damn.
And okay. I didn't even realize this. Fate merged with Babbage's to form GameStop.
Oh, we learning some information here. Thank you, sir. We got to go ahead and clap it up for Dr. Specimen for that wonderful information.
My question though is, what the hell is Babbage's? Because when I hear Babbage, I think because when I hear Babbage, when I hear Babbage, I think of the great YouTube show Binging with Babbage.
Yeah. And look at Joe. Look, that is way too. Look, he said you way too young for that, man. The Babbages too, man. We talking about Babbages, Egghead Software, Electronic Boutique, a lot of the different computer store.
Yo, hold up,
PC gaming places
Nick.
Before time. What's up?
So FuncoLand went out of business in 2000, right? It was December 2000. Guess who owned FuncoLand in the year 2000? Like, just take a guess. Think about it.
All right, who owned FuncoLand? Nintendo?
Damn, no, that'd be funny though.
That'd be hilarious, bro. A turn of events. Nintendo owns. Who is it?
Barnes and Noble.
Yo, Barnes and Noble is major. I don't know if a lot of Barnes and Nobles is major. And if you don't think they major, go to a Barnes and Nobles. You'll find out very fast as you look around. Wow, Starbucks. Oh my goodness. The restrooms are like full-size fucking apartments.
What's crazy though, right? So FuncoLand merged with Babbage's to form GameStop. Imagine the universe in which FuncoLand was just absorbed into Barnes and Noble, and kids were just going to Barnes and Noble to buy video games. Imagine if FuncoLand merged with Barnes and Noble, and then it was so successful that Barnes and Noble just stopped selling books. Like, imagine that universe.
Oh, stop! That's nasty. That would have been Blizzard, Fox, 80s and 90s. Man, you know what? I'm showing my age a little bit. 80s and 90s, it was time, but I ain't gonna lie, Dr. Specimen, you came in at a peak time for gaming. Like, we had to go through some crap. Your crap wasn't like our crap. You know what I mean? Like, you came in at a prime time for gaming. We came in at the time where, we got to actually kind of get both sides of like the crap and the building of games and seeing the developments and all. You kind of was born when that shit was going. Mario was already going. Mario 64 was out. When did Mario 64 come out? Because I think you was already, you weren't even born yet.
1996 or something.
There we go. See, we was already 3D characters and rolling around and jumping. For all that, I remember when it was boing, boing.
I think I was. Oh, I was right. 1996. I think I came out. I think I was born before the 6th generation started.
All right.
Because the Xbox 360 came out in November 2005, right?
You got that. I'm mad now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little mad, man. You got to really experience that era of gaming first. That was your first era of game. That's cheating, bro.
My first video game console that I ever personally owned, and by personally owned, I mean was given as a kid and was told it's quote unquote mine to the extent that I don't piss my parents off, was actually Nintendo DS.
That's a nice.
And then we had, my brother had, I think he had an Xbox 360 that I would occasionally use to play like Guitar Hero and stuff on. And by play Guitar Hero, I mean lay the guitar on the floor, play on the easiest mode, and slap the strum bar. But the console that I ever owned, again in big air quotes, was a Wii, which was the best video game console to ever grow up with as a child, hands down. But even then, it was sort of the family system, but my brother didn't really care about it. My sister liked it for Just Dance, and my parents would play it for like Wii Fit and shit like that. But I was the only one who ever played like games, Mario Galaxy. Great game to grow up with. World of Goo, which, hey, by the way, World of Goo 2 just came out a couple days ago. Already beat it. Fucking amazing game. Highly recommend. A little expensive, $30, but I'd say totally worth it.
Oh, and look, my first gaming devices, DS, Wii, and X. Yo, that's not fair, man. I feel kind of jealous now, man. I'm going to tell you, my first gaming experience, we didn't even have a save. You had to start that shit over every time.
Well,
I was happy when we got passwords.
Here's the thing. It's not even about that, Nick. The way I see it is I got lucky because I got to be right in the middle of gaming when graphics were good, stories were good, there wasn't predatory microtransactions, and video game consoles really just played video games. I grew up with a Wii and a Wii U. I had an Xbox One because I wanted to start branching out into more universal video games, not just the Nintendo universe. But even then, I don't know that. I played a lot of indie games on my Xbox One. Really, just indie games. The Wii made indie games my favorite kind of game. I bought Cyberpunk 2077 when I got my Steam Deck. I barely played a couple hours of it. You know what?
By the way, man, I hate to cut you off, man. You're a Steam Deck guy. For everybody who don't know, this is the Steam Deck guy, and that's why I'm cutting him off to say this, because he is the Steam Deck guy. Chelsea's Way. Big salute. Shout out to the ladies. Okay. But y'all just got a friend list, man. You can't talk to me. That Steam Deck just got a friend list? Did I just hear that correct, Dr. Specimen? How long did that take? Huh?
What?
I just heard Steam Deck just got a brand new thing where you can finally have a friends list. Is that correct? Am I correct on that?
No. I'm curious to hear where you got that from, because Steam's had friends lists for forever.
We're going to it. We're going straight to the news.
But no, where I was going with that, though, is like, I buy World of Goo 2, which, by the way, isn't on Steam. I had to, long story short, download the Windows version, install it through Steam, and then copy the game file somewhere else, and then insert that into Steam. And I beat that in a couple days. Now, it's way shorter, obviously, than Cyberpunk, but the thing is, like, indie games is just something I can sink my teeth into. I can't sink my teeth into AAA games, really.
I feel you on that. I ain't too much mad at you for that. I can't be mad. A lot of people nowadays, that's one that's kind of going, yo, hold up, a couple things. Blizzard Fox. While I could have enjoyed Game Boy Advance games as the DS had backwards compatibility, I didn't know that was a thing until the 3DS came out. And the same with GameCube with the Wii's backwards compatibility. A lot of people fall for that. Like, I'm sure some kid whose first system was a PlayStation 3 didn't think, oh my goodness, I can play the first version from PlayStation 2. Like, it's a normal thing. Yelson said, Yelson, dap me up, hairy knuckles and all. Okay. And now, I'm going to go ahead, Dr. Specimen. I want to go